And last video for today. Welcome back, Deathbattle. Now, as you can see, this is not me doing a reaction. The reactions haven't been the best. I'm just not capable of really keeping it from lagging too much, unfortunately. So what I'm gonna do overall, as I start the video in the background now, is I'm basically just gonna kind of give like a play-by-play review of the Deathbattle as a whole. That's what I'm gonna do. So let's just talk about it. And I'm not going to go through the entire thing. By the way, one of these days I would like them to return to actually having these guys in the actual review, because we got the breakdown, because that's what we got used to. Yeah, they're still there in the beginning, but overall it's not really all that impressive. Now, I did like the Ghost Rider. Both the analyses are fine. They go over the important points. None of it. I do like the fact that Ghost Rider, like they do make a point in saying that Ghost Rider was actually a character before then, and then going into the scaling feats of Ghost Rider. Now, they also do make a point about how he can shoot hellfire from anywhere. His boner, where's his boner? But the idea that they do talk about the weaknesses that really we kind of overlook when we think of Ghost Rider. Normally we think it's just the holy weapons, but the fact that Ghost Rider's soul has been exorcised on more than one occasion did kind of what's the best way to put it? Is something we overlooked, and it gave Simmons an out that we didn't really see coming, really. Plus, not to mention that when they explain that he can more or less do the penance stare himself, he can literally just do the penance stare. It's like, well, it's kind of anything you can do, I can do better scenario. And obviously the locking eyes. But when they talked about the level of power between the two of these guys, it really came down to the fact that, yeah, Ghost Rider was literally on raw power alone. Whoa, and I got to add here. How often do you think about pooping? Or do you think about your poop? Only when I take one. Thank you, ad. Because these guys have to do ads, which is fine. I don't use ad blockers at all. So, yeah, I knew Ghost Rider was going to be in for some trouble when they talked about just the sheer amount of stuff he could do, plus getting stronger in hell. And then obviously them talking about him fighting Satan and God to a standstill. I knew it was going to be difficult, to say the least. I will say this too. This is the best breakdown we've had for Spawn since, well, obviously, when he fought Kratos. Not that that says much. And they used a lot of clips from the movie. Not that there's many clips that you can use anyway. And then, so yeah, both the analyses are fine. There's not a whole lot to talk about. There's no joke that made me cringe or anything like that. So ultimately, when we start the fight, I missed this part. I skipped ahead a little bit. I like that intro. It just veils very much like the HBO Spawn classic. Ghost Rider is just doing his thing, driving up there, probably sensing its spawn as a hell spawn. And I like the fact that there's a lot of hand drawn here. It's not full pixel, but it's clear that they are definitely using some pixel. Like that, they're clearly reusing the model Ghost Rider they used from Ghost Rider versus Lobo. But there is also some custom-made hand-drawn stuff, especially as we get later on in the fight. I like the idea. I like them duking out with the chains back and forth. Them standing on the side of the of the building is a nice touch. And I like the fact they had the necroplasm counter there too. I actually like the fact that they keep tally there. Then obviously it goes in close match. So and really it actually does add up a little bit that Spawn, without the ants from being both the King of Hell and the and Divine Spawn, probably would have straight out lost to Ghost Rider. He's just straight out went up. And then I like the fact he goes straight Infinity as he gets in the hell, and then drags his ass in there. So I do like that. Love the little shot coming up here of him actually turning the truck into a mount, which is really good. We don't really see it in any real capacity, although it does gain some features. I just do like that. Showing a little of the time stop in there. Now, right here, I will admit, I was surprised we just went straight into Zarathos. Like, I was surprised we saw that. or just went there without too much prompting. With Lobo, it was like he just had it, but here just like, okay, I transformed. So I didn't really like that, but here we immediately went into, oh yeah, no, raw power wise, Ghost Rider beats him, and and then just sees Divine Spawn, which look, it's maybe not perfect, but it's a great image, and this duality. It's like, you're a sponsor, what you is like. What else is this is where I think the fight really kicked off, like not kicked off, really kind of elevated itself. There's some great shots here. It looks like he's really hitting Spawn or Ghost Rider and taking the advantage, but then Ghost Rider's able to come back. Him and Ghost Rider clash again in terms of raw power. And so I do like the fact that he literally tears his divine wings off, which is awesome. And I like the fact, unlike with Kratos versus Asura, it's not a just complete stomp in someone's favor. But then we actually see, I love this line, I eat sin for breakfast. You can have a taste too. Like, that's a very Al Simmons HBO Spawn line right there. And then when they talk about, he can do the same thing, a version of the defense there, when you factor in all the people that, as Zarathos, he's hurt. Yeah, the penance there would wreak havoc on Zarathos. So even though he had raw power, I like the fact that he basically just exorcised him, and then Johnny unfortunately burns in hell, and then just and I can't remember the line here. What was the line here? Hold on, we're just gonna go back real quick and actually put the volume up here. So let's see here, and so it ended there. Like the tearing sound.
It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
That's a very, very Spawn line. That's a perfect Spawn. He does look a little chunky, I guess is the way to put it, in that shot that I wasn't a fan of, but that's a handmade design. And like, look, by the way, I don't care what anyone says, I actually like the breakdowns this way. I actually do like it. Because it gives us something to kind of focus on in each category. And so I do like the fact that they did acknowledge that on raw power alone, Ghost Rider had him. But when it comes to skill, it makes sense. He was a soldier. When it comes to abilities and special things, he had him beat there too. And when it came to resistances, we forget that Spawn can kind of just mess with souls all he wants, and and has abilities that mirror Ghost Riders, and Ghost Riders, the spirit has been ripped out of Zarathos multiple times. And they make a very good point that I didn't consider, that the whole reason the Ghost Rider exists is because Zarathos himself was manipulated. So overall, is it the best episode of all time? Hell no. But is it a far cry better than what we got last time with Kratos and Asura? Oh, hell yes. That is one of the worst death battles they have done in the modern era. If that had been season 2 through 3, that would have been a top death battle, honestly. If nothing else, the animation alone. But, overall, and now we got the Shigaraki versus Mahito fight coming. I think I butchered his name, whatever. I've already done the prediction on that, so I'm not going to be doing anything for that. Till then, though, what did you think of the death battle? Let me know. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.